Oh, hey there. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Presley, and in this video today, I'm going to be showing you my entire graphic novel haul. Now, this was recorded after the fact, but I want to show you something real quick. So if you come on in, I want to show you this little guy right here. My girlfriend would not let me record this entire video and publish it until I showed you this. Have you ever seen a Funko that lights up and makes noises? One more. Beautiful stuff. But yes, I hope you guys enjoy this video, and with that being said, let's get right into it. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Presley, and I have a super fun video for you today. I'm going to be showcasing my entire collection. Now, this is just my books. My girlfriend's books we will eventually do in a separate video once we get her entire bookshelf fully organized. All the books are up, but you know, some of them are out of order. But yes, I want to actually start here with the pins. This is a pin. This is a whiteout curtain so that I don't have any light touching my books. And this is the pins so far. We're going to fill it with a bunch of pins eventually. Next, we have the two shelves that are next to my desk. So firstly, we have all the little figures, Daredevil and Flash mainly because they're my boys. So my camera's going to go ahead and get a good look at that real quick. And then we're moving down to the first shelf here. Everything is in publisher alphabetical order. So we're starting with Aftershock books here, which I don't have as many as my girlfriend, but I definitely have a lot, and I love Aftershock. I've been loving the books I've been reading from them. Moving on to Awa, which only has a couple, and Behemoth, Black Mask, and then we get into a lot of my Boom section. And if we want to move to the lower shelf, that's where I have the rest of the Boom. And this is a shelf that I really love to look at. I'm going to get all my Once and Future books in. Got all the Something is Killing the Children, except for Volume 9 coming in very soon. American Gods. This is where we start our Dark Horse collection. And I haven't read a lot of my Dark Horse books yet, but I am super excited to. And on the bottom shelf is where I have the rest of the Dark Horse, all the Sin City books in trade, and then Snow Angel, some Jeff Lemire stuff. And then we start the DC stuff with Absolute Power and the Absolute books. This is what I would guess a lot of people would be their favorite parts of the entire collection because it is all the Absolute books. We got Aquaman here. And then as we come to the next shelf over here, got more Aquaman. And then we got Batgirl. Then we're starting in Batman. And now I will say, I want to tell you exactly how I'm organizing these. So I'm doing Batman ongoing first. So this was the New 52 stuff. And then it goes into one of the Rebirth books. And then the Chip Zdarsky ongoing stuff in reading order. And then it's Batman miscellaneous, but all in alphabetical order. Arkham Asylum, Black Mirror, Damned, Dark Knight Returns and its two sequels. You know, yada yada, things like that. And then as we move down, we have Haunted Night over here, which you may be thinking, hey, that doesn't go there after Last Night on Earth, but it's actually a prequel to Long Halloween. So I put Last Night on Earth, then Long Halloween down here. Then I have more alphabetical. Then it goes to Batman and Robin, because that's technically not a solo Batman title. So it's Batman and Robin. Let's go ahead and not mess up my books. And Batman and Robin is in reading order, except for Batman and Robin Year 1, which goes ahead because I want it to. Then it's Batman and Scooby-Doo, Batman Detective Comics, then the other Bs. These right here are actually really special. These are Nocturne issues because there's one book in here, Detective Comics Nocturne Volume 2, that I cannot find anywhere, so I had to buy them in single issues. And then as we go farther down, we have more DC stuff here, yada, yada, yada. A lot of the Elseworlds books, in fact, all the Elseworlds books. And you may be thinking, Event Leviathan there makes sense. I'll show you something else up here. Let's head to the next shelf. So we'll talk about the statues at the very end, but yes, those are the statues that you see in the shorts. This is empty, and I have a lot of shelves that are going to be empty on the entire collection, the entire bookshelf, because that's eventually where I'm going to fill it with more books. So as we come right through here, you may be thinking, wait, why is Checkmate right there? That's because it's actually a sequel to Event Leviathan. So I like to typically keep books and their sequels directly next to each other. Then we have all my Flash books here. This is starting in reading order, so Rebirth, then Road to Flashpoint, then Flashpoint, New 52, Rebirth, all post-Rebirth stuff, and then the new All-In stuff. Head down, we have Future State, and this is every Future State book. Green Arrow, Green Lantern. I have the Green Lantern by Jeff Johns stuff before the new ongoing stuff because I like to put that in reading order, along with a little bit of Harley Quinn, some Green Lantern Corps, Heroes in Crisis, heard it's mid, still going to read it because I'm excited. Now if you want to head in there, I'm not going to be able to point out because it's getting a little tight, but yes, the new JLA books, actually I will be able to. Joker. You may be thinking why this is not next to the Batman Death in the Family. I didn't want to put it, or sorry, Death of the Family. I don't want to put it next to it because it is J, and technically you don't have to read it. All my Justice League books, JSA as well, which I'm super hyped for those books. We move over to the new All-In stuff. A little bit complicated with the reading order here. I put Justice League, the Atom Project first because it technically is before Justice League Unlimited, even though the reading order is a little weird, but alphabetically it makes sense. Kingdom Come, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, a lot of just miscellaneous books here. Super excited for the new Gods and the new series as well. Head down, we have more Nice House by the Sea, the Nightwing books. This is only the new ongoing Nightwing stuff. I want to get the Tom Taylor stuff eventually, but for right now, no. Preacher, all 6 volumes of that. Same with Swamp Thing right over here. And then Saga of Swamp Thing by Rick Veitch is after this Alan Moore stuff right here. So that'll be super fun as well. And then the bottom shelf below is empty. It's going to be for more books in the future. And then up here, we have more Sandman stuff, more S's, a lot of Superman. Now I will say, Superman, this is all in reading order as well. So I have the Joshua Williamson stuff. I'll be completing that collection soon. But then I have Superman Action Comics. That's why I put it here and not in the A's. I wanted to put it directly next to the Superman stuff, which is why I also put the Batman Detective Comics next to the Batman stuff. Superman House of Brainiac is in between these books. That's why I put it there. Miscellaneous Superman stuff after that. Then we got the Titans new stuff, V for Vendetta. And as we move down, we have the rest of the DC stuff, at least in terms of reading order and all these things. Watchmen, Wonder Woman, Why the Last Man. Then we get to these fat boys right here, the DC finest. People love them. I love them too. These are all in reading order. Sorry, not reading order. Alphabetical order, but then in reading order within. So like this is the first Batman book, 1939 to 41, 85 to 86. And the best part about these DC finest books is that they don't have volume numbers on them because there's going to be different stories collected from different time periods, but they didn't want to bog you down with volume numbers. You can read any of these at any time. I'm going to start from the beginning. You don't have to. There's more here. I have a new Flash one coming soon, which I'm really excited about. Green Arrow, Green Lantern. Some of these I got from a friend. Most of these I did purchase myself. But yes, we have more Superman at the bottom here. And then already 4 DC Wonder Womans. That's kind of crazy. 4 Wonder Womans. And then we start our Dynamite, which is right after DC. Only a couple books from Dynamite, mainly my James Bond stuff. Super hyped for those. And then we go into Evil Inc. This is technically a Marvel book, but it has Icon on the spine. So I wanted to put it there as kind of its own little section. And then we have, yes, and then after that we have IDW. And if we move below that, we have more IDW. This is where I have my beautiful Ninja Turtles collections. Super hyped for that. And the Ninja Turtle Green. This is also an IDW book, even though it doesn't say IDW. And then, before that, I actually should have had, if you want to go ahead and point to the bottom, these are all Humanoids books. I should have put them after the Dynamite and Evil Inc stuff, but I low-key forgot, so I will do that in the future when I go ahead and reorganize my books again. But yes, this is the start of Image right here, and then the empty shelf below it. And if we move on up here, Image is by far the biggest section in the entire collection. So if you want to see the entire Image section, it's all right here. Ends right here. So yeah, a lot of Image stuff. But yes, if we come through here, we have Birthright by Joshua Williamson. Some issues are already at the bottom. Got Black Science, Black Monday Murders, Bug Wars, Bog Bodies, Bonehead. I didn't realize I was reading so many books in this little section because I have Bug Wars, Bonehead, Bog Bodies, all great stuff. Then we have going into the C's here and below. Now below, Days of Hate, Deadly Class. I haven't finished the Deadly Class collection yet, but it is coming soon. Actually in a kind of a haul, I think coming next week. Department of Truth got all those. Those look beautiful on the shelf together. Then we got Descender, Die. Die has a new series coming out called Die Loaded. Excited for that. And then we get into the East of West stuff here. So this is my favorite series of all time, East of West. And if we head lower, that's where we have the rest of the East of West stuff. Beautiful, beautiful spines. Same with the Eclipse and the Excellence Family Tree Farmhand. And then one of my favorite spines in the entire collection, all the entire Fear Agent collection. Beautiful. Pharaoh just got a volume 4, so that'll be coming soon. Firepower, Fish Flies, Geiger. More Geiger at the bottom over there. Then we got Ghost Fleet, A lot of Ghost books. Ghost Cage, Ghost Fleet, Ghost Pepper. How many more Ghost titles do they need? I don't know, but I will collect them all. Gideon Falls, Godland, God Country, Gunslinger Spawn. A lot of beautiful books here. This is the start of the Invincible collection. Super excited for this. There's 25 volumes. I will be getting all of them eventually. For now, that's how many I have. The shelf below is empty. And this is my dust rag for my entire collection. That's what I use to dust my shelves because I want to keep it nice and tidy. At the bottom here, we have J, K, L, and a little bit of M. Excited as hell to read Lazarus. Really excited to read Low as well, and Local Man. I heard Kill or Be Killed is great as well, so hype for all those. And let's come back here to the top, where the rest of the Manhattan projects. I wish they would all sit together. With all the series, I wish they would sit together. But since they can't because there's some space stuff, we'll eventually put them all together. But for now, they're separate. Nailbiter, Moonshine, Napalm Lullaby. Oblivion Song is beautiful. Can't wait to read those. The spines look amazing. Really excited for this book right here, Olympus Knoll Hunter. Looks fantastic. Move down. We have Outcast by Robert Kirkman. I have a lot of Robert Kirkman books. Walking Dead, Outcast, Invincible, Oblivion Song. A lot of different books by him. Paper Girls by Brian K. Vaughan. Phantom Road, Radiant Black. All the Radiant stuff here. Rogue Sun will be later. Port of Earth. Beautiful. A lot of Jonathan Hickman books. You can really tell they're Jonathan Hickman with this spine. And then if you go to the next one, that spine as well. Like they always have that like sideways striped spine. Love it. Both red coats. All the Redneck by Donnie Cates. I got one of the direct market covers, which is super fun. Rogue Sun, Sacrificers, all the beautiful Saga books. Scorched as well. Can't wait to read all these books. Super, super hyped. Then we come down to one of my favorite shelves on the entire collection. We have Scumbag by Rick Remender, Sea of Stars by Jason Aaron, Seasons by Rick Remender, Seeker by Jonathan Hickman, Seven to Eternity by Rick Remender, Sex Criminals by Matt Fraction and Chip Zdarsky. Then we have some miscellaneous here, but still really good and excited for that. Red Slots, liked it a lot. Something Epic looks cool. Then we start the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Spawn Origins collection. And as we move down, we'll complete the rest of that right here. Then we have some miscellaneous Stillwater by Chip Zdarsky, Step by Bloody Step, Strange Girl by Rick Remender. His spines are all different, but I don't care. They look fun, they look interesting. Then we have these beautifully consistent Stray Bullets spines. These are two different series. 1 through 6 is Stray Bullets. Then this is Sunshine and Roses. Yeah. Stray Dogs. Empty shelf at the bottom. More books in the future. Now let's come up here. This is one of the most beautiful shelves because as of right now, this is all I have for The Walking Dead. So the fact that it all fits on this shelf is beautiful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yada, yada, yada. Time Before Time, which I'm currently reading. Love it. Ultra Mega, Tokyo Ghost, Two Moons, Transhuman by Jonathan Hickman. That's the end of the Image stuff. Actually, it's not the end. If we come to the next shelf down here, we have a little bit more. We're Taking Everyone Down With Us, all the Wicked and Divine books. And then we start on the miscellaneous. So this is Lion Forge, then Mad Cave Studios. I have 2 more Mad Cave books coming. Then we start the Marvel stuff. So I started with Absolute Carnage, because technically it's part of the Venom reading order, but it's its own title, and it doesn't only connect to the Venom stuff, so I put it separate. These are all the Alien books in publishing order, not in alphabetical order, so this is the earliest stuff that I have, besides the Epic Collections, but I'll show you those later. Then we have everything leading up to the very newest thing, which is Alien vs. Avengers. We start with Amazing Spider-Man. Amazing Spider-Man 2018 by Nick Spencer. This is probably the biggest collection I have in the entire collection because I have all the Amazing Spider-Mans from Nick Spencer. Then we start the Amazing Spider-Man Beyond. Then if we come down here, right here is the end of Beyond, and then my beautiful girlfriend got me all of these for my birthday. These are the Zeb Wells Spider-Man, super hyped for those. Then we got the 8 Deaths of Spider-Man, and then the new Joe Kelly run with Volume 2 coming in very, very soon. Avengers Twilight, Axe Judgment Day, Blood Hunt, a lot of miscellaneous. I put the Spider-Man and the X-Men Blood Hunt next to each other because they're all part of the same event. Then I have Captain America ongoing, and then Captain America solo stuff. So I always put the ongoing stuff before any solo things that you see, just because I like to keep all the reading stuff in order, and then I'll put the solo stuff miscellaneous and alphabetical after that. So I have Carnage right here, and then you may be thinking, why is there an E there? Well, this is the next volume of Carnage, so I wanted to keep it in the Carnage section instead of in the E's. Then I have miscellaneous like Carnage, Black, White, and Blood, Carnage Reigns, Clobber in Time, Contest of Chaos, Cosmic Ghost Rider. Then I have my entire Daredevil collection. Now this Daredevil collection is all in reading order and publishing order. So if we look here, Last Rites, this is by Saladin Ahmed. And then if we go down, we have these in reading order as well. In publishing order as well. And I have them in my full reading order on Marvel. I'm going to be putting that video out sometime this week, so you'll be able to see the entire reading order. But for now, that's what I have the Daredevil as. And then I have this separate because it's technically not in like the current publishing order. Dark Ages, Dark Web, Deadpool, Devil's Reign. It is technically a Daredevil event, but it contains a lot of the Marvel Universe, so I put it separately. Earth X, Eternals. Really hyped for that book. That's a beautiful looking book. Yasada Ribbage is on artwork and it looks amazing. All my Fantastic Four stuff in reading order, including this new series by Ryan North, looks beautiful. Then we have Fantastic Four Miscellaneous, Godzilla, some random books here. Then we go to Hulk, and then we go to Incredible Hulk, and then we go to Hulk again because these are all part of the same reading order, and then that's a separate thing. Then Iron Man here. Demon in a Bottle, cannot wait to read it. If we head to the bottom shelf, because we're skipping one shelf for extra stuff in the future. Now we have some of my favorite books in the entire collection. Got all the Marvel stuff, Marvels and Marvel by Alex Ross. Moon Knight, Old Man Hawkeye, One World Under Doom, Original Sin. These are all my Predator books at the moment. Secret Wars, fantastic book. Go ahead and check out my review for that if you haven't checked that out yet. Silver Surfer Black, a lot of Spider-Man stuff here. Spider-Man Black Suit and Blood, Spider-Man Blue, Spider-Man Rain, Spider-Man Velocity, Spider-Man and Wolverine, then Spider-Man Noir. Because technically, even though you would think that Spider-Man and Wolverine comes last in alphabetical, this is Peter Parker Spider-Man, and Spider-Man Noir is a different character. So I wanted to make sure that that went after. Then I have Spider-Woman, Squadron Supreme, and these bad boys right here. These amazing complete collections by Jason Aaron. Love them, love them, love them, love them. And then we have a little bit of Thor. Let's head up to the final shelf. I'm sitting on the floor, sorry about that. We have the rest of the Thor stuff here, all in reading order, including Immortal Thor. So even though it's I for Immortal, it still goes in the Thor reading order. Then we have the beautiful Ultimate books. This is not fully finished yet. The entire universe is finished, but they haven't been fully collected in trade yet. But they will. I believe Ultimates comes out next week, Volume 3. Ultraman, all of my Venom stuff, including all new Venom, which is right after this next series. That's why I have it there. Venom War, I put separately because I have a bunch of Venom War books. So I don't want to put them in the middle of all these books. So it's right after War of the Realms, Wolverine, yada, yada, yada. That is finished with the Marvel stuff. But we're not done with Marvel, just with the Marvel individual trades. Now we have Epic Collections. They're one of my favorite sections in the entire collection. So I have original year stuff. So these are all old Epic Collections. These are all modern era because I only really want to collect the modern era at the moment. So Amazing Spider-Man, Captain America. We have 5 Daredevil ones now, which is insane and beautiful. 2 Deadpool, some new Avengers down here. Star Wars. My brother's looking forward to me reviewing the Star Wars books. It's going to be super fun. Ultimate Collections, because these are called Ultimate Collections, so I put them after the fact. Really excited for all these, especially the Spider-Man one. Then we go into Massive. I actually have a book down here, The Animal Farm, and it's by Mariner Books, so it should be after Marvel, or it should actually be before Marvel, but I messed up that reading order, so I'll put it in next time I reorganize. But yes, we have Harriet Tubman, Demon Slayer, and then we have this book called We Don't Kill Spiders by Midnight Factory, so that's why it's there. Then Oni Press, then Pantheon, then this is technically Lion Forge Comics, but it says Roar on the spine, and Roar is like a little kind of like imprint of Lion Forge, so I put it here instead. Got some Scout books, my Titan comics, which are mainly Blade Runner, Gamma, and then Kraken. And then we move on to Valiant with that huge eyesore of a book, Volume 2. I didn't know it was a different printing, so I'm going to have to get this book in the consistent orange spine. It doesn't bother me. It bothers my girlfriend, but it's okay. And then we have the rest of Valiant. Then we have all my Vault books. These books look great. I'm excited for these, especially Internal C and The Rush. And then we have one Zenoscope Records book, The Piper, being held up by a bunch of floppies because that's where I want to hold them up. These books down here, This is a brand new book that I just got, so I haven't put on the shelf yet. And then the other one is Animal Farm, which I messed up when I put it on the shelf. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to wait for it. So I have plenty of empty space for more books in the future. But if we head to the right here, we have my novel collection. So these are my 3 little things that I showed off at Ross. We're going to come back up here. These little tiny things that I showed off at Ross. There's just a little collectible right here. And then these are 2 beautiful boxes that I have. Now this Daredevil box has a second side to it, but the reason I don't have it shown is because I actually have a poster of it, and I'll show you what that poster looks like in a second. This has my friend's artwork on it on the side with this beautiful Aquaman Funko. Then if we head to the bottom, this is where my books are. These are my actual novels, and I have a couple sitting on my desk right now that I'll show you. It's these right here. I have Red Rising, Hyperion by Dan Simmons, and Forest of Vanity and Valor. Those will go on the shelf once I finish reading them. And then, yeah, this is here. I have my dust pads for my shelves. And then this right here is all the floppies that I have. I have more inside this box if we open this box up. I have a lot more, but I have to sort through all them first in order to actually like organize them completely. So that's why it looks a little messy right here, but that's okay. So take a look at those floppies. All right, and then we also have Silver Surfer box. Beautiful stuff right here. Love this box, one of my absolute favorites. And then to finish off this entire video, we have this right here. This is my girlfriend's poster. She's gonna take it down so I can put my Daredevil poster up. But this is the one I was talking about that's on the comic box that I have. So that's why I didn't want to display that side of the box, because I already have a poster for it. So I'll be putting that up soon. Let's toss that over here. And let's look at the statues above. So this section you see here is where my shorts are. So I have my Flash stuff, Spider-Man to the right of that. And I want to point out some cool stuff once we get to it, like this Red Hood here. This Red Hood was 3D printed and painted by my good friend Hyro. He does amazing work on these 3D printed statues. So there's that one, Red Hood Funko, and then he also did this beautiful Deathstroke one, if you want to get closer right there. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful stuff. It looks absolutely amazing. And then if you come here, there's a Deathstroke Funko, Carnage Funko, Venom statue. That one was a gift from my sister. It's like a vinyl statue. It's not a 3D printed one, but it looks amazing as well. Venom Funko. That's another like PVC diorama statue. I have this beautiful Spider-Man one right here. This one is just really, really cute. And I'm not going to take it off now, but more Spider-Man stuff. And then we got a Superman bust, a Swamp Thing, scented Funko. It smells like, I don't know, cleaner. I don't know what it really is supposed to smell like. But it does smell fresh, smells clean. Then we got this Ezio Auditore di Firenze bust. But yes, that is the entire book collection. So I have some more graphic novel hauls coming soon. But this is the collection right now. So in a lot of those videos that you're going to be seeing in the next like 2 months or so, those are old videos that I have already recorded. So you'll see those you'll see these books in those videos. But yes, this is the entire collection at the moment. Let me know in the comments down below your thoughts on this collection. I would love to hear about and potentially see your collections if you have some way of showing me, because I would love to see them. But yes, thank you so very much for watching this video. Hope I didn't bore you with my annoying voice. And yes, thank you so very much. Please make sure to like, comment, and hit that subscribe button. We're almost at 500 subscribers, and I will see you later.